Hannah. I'm warming my cold hands on my coffee cup. It's a nice morning, but I'm one of those who freeze even when it's warm. A growl from the carpet makes me smile. The puppy is fighting a toy on the floor, and Tobias is shaving inside the bathroom. But I don't hear his machine going anymore, so maybe he is done. What do you think? I look up at Tobias when he walks into the kitchen. He is wearing all casual clothing, a black hoodie and a pair of jeans. Everything sits tight on his tall body. It looks good, and he smiles on top of the cherry while his fingers touch his smooth, shaven. Joe, it looks good, his eyes lit up at the compliment. Butterflies bite me at that, and I tap the seat beside me, already nervous about what I'm about to tell him. Come here, I have something I need to tell you. Curiosity glimmers in his eyes. It makes my heart pound even faster. I'm slightly afraid to give the news, but I know I'm being silly. I have nothing to fear. Announcing my pregnancy will make my husband happy. Tobias will be thrilled, because this is what he wants, right? I hope. He sits beside me, his palms resting on his muscular thighs while he looks at me all expectantly. Yes, so, I trail off, and Tobias seems to be holding back a laugh. His eyes are amused as if he finds it entertaining that I'm speechless. And he looks so beautiful it's dizzying thinking he will be my child's daddy. Are you nervous about something? Tobias asks and reaches out his hand, placing it over my shoulder. One. Yeah. Well, don't be. Whatever it is, you can tell me. Tobias wrinkles his nose then. And gosh, you're so cold. Before I can object, he rises from his chair, and I am scooped up from mine. A giggle slips out of my lips, but not because I'm shocked to be carried. It's just that Tobias looks so grumpy. His lips have formed a pout, and there is an angry furrow on his forehead. You should have told me you were cold. I smile. It's not that bad. Your fingers are like ice. I bet your toes are the same. We need to buy you warmer clothes for the cold months. There isn't even snow outside, I point out. And you can still swim in the ocean, it's just me that is sensitive. His arms wrap tighter around me. You're lucky to have a husband who is a walking furnace. I will warm you. The concern in his voice pleases me. He is such a thoughtful man. I really like you, I murmur. Love you even. I love you too, Tobias pokes me with his nose. My little ice cube. I giggle at the nickname, and a smiling Tobias sits on the couch. He keeps me in his lap as he reaches for a blanket. My heart swells. I'm being cared for, and I like that. I hug Tobias's neck like a koala while my legs wrap around his waist. He smells like Christmas, spices, and his skin is perfectly warm. I'm so happy to be home. Tobias speaks into my neck and runs his hands over my back under the blanket. I was so afraid when Sarah visited me of her. I don't blame him. I find Sarah scary too. No, of losing you, Tobias rasps. Sarah makes me anxious. And when she visited me, I dreamt nightmares about these unlikely scenarios of her somehow managing to break us apart. It would tear me apart. I melt like butter, and I bend back to meet his eyes. My good feelings grow when I see the stark terror in his eyes. He is speaking. The truth imparts his lips again. I couldn't stand to lose you, he whispers, and his hands travel to my cheek, cupping it while he gazes into my eyes. I want to rip the marriage contract apart, Hannah. I want to become your real husband. My only fear is that I'm older than you. I don't want you to one day look back at me and loathe me for stealing your future away. My chest is warm, and I whisper. That won't happen. Tobias is the one that I want. I don't care that he comes with baggage and that he has lived a life before me. It also doesn't matter that I wasn't his first love because I intend to be his last. That's all that matters. I only want you, I say in a determined tone. You won't be stealing my future away from me. You will give my life meaning. You already have. I'm blessed and happy to be with you. Tobias doesn't look convinced and continues. I'm still worried. You're young with your entire life ahead of you, and you probably find it frightening that I want to have. I'm pregnant. Shock paints Tobias's face pale. My words stole away his next breath. Now he is gaping at me like a goldfish. I smile at that, because I knew he was going to mention wanting to have a family. And I can give that to him. In fact, I will. We will have 2 children soon. Has Tobias processed the information yet? Hard to tell. I laugh and repeat myself. I'm pregnant, Tobias. You and I will become parents, and I couldn't be happier. Tobias is still quiet. I use his stupefaction to grab his warm hand and place it over my stomach. He seems almost afraid to touch me, as if he doesn't dare to believe me to speak the truth, so I guide him to stroke my belly. I'm not that big yet, but there is the slightest bump under my clothes. It makes me happy to look at it. Pregnancies are so beautiful. I'm filled with nothing but wonder and delight. And I want to share that with the love of my life. Twins, I tell Tobias and peer into his emerald green eyes, smiling before adding, we will have twins. Tobias doesn't speak, but I can hear his thudding heart. His eyes glisten with warm emotions, and I laugh in delight when he looks at me, all amazed and happy as he strokes me. Even though Tobias doesn't speak, the moment feels intimate. So heartfelt that I don't mind him staying quiet. Words aren't needed. I can see the massive storm of affection happening within Tobias. He wants this, and so do I. It feels like I've woken up in a dream. Hannah, 6 months later. I don't need you to hire a housekeeper or whatever you call a female butler. Tobias takes the water glass out of my hands and looks down at me with sensual eyes. Tall and muscle-bound, with a deceptively seductive smile. Gosh, is it hot in here? He is basically walking sex. I don't want you to put a strain on yourself, and that will happen since you are carrying around the largest belly I've ever seen and refusing to take it easy. The house needed cleaning. Tobias sighs. Our life would be much easier if you let me hire this housekeeper. You wouldn't have to move a muscle, and I wouldn't have to go to work worrying about you. I can still do basic tasks. I'm not that big. Tobias's eyelashes flicker down, and his smile grows when I pout at him. We both know I'm huge, but my pride doesn't allow me to admit it. Tobias won't repeat himself, either. Instead, he looks amused. No, of course not. How silly of me. My wife is as tiny and fragile as a flower. He steps closer, sliding a hand to my stomach. His lips stifle a laugh. The bump isn't visible at all. You're damn right it's not. Which is a shame. You know what I think about pregnant women. Heat spreads between my legs as Tobias strokes my skin. He is gentle, but his eyes are dark. Do you remember this morning? I slowly inhale. I do. Tobias woke me up by going down on me, and he wouldn't stop, no matter the sounds I made. He kept going until I wanted to escape, but I couldn't since my belly was in the way. In the end, I came so hard that my vision momentarily flicked. Goddamn it. I'm horny again. My hormones are making me insane, and Tobias might not stay in his clothes until dinner. Tobias kisses me right below my navel. He is down on his knees, and the visual is crazy, especially when he lifts his eyes to mine. I think your pregnancy body is beautiful. Me too, I say breathlessly, and I mean it. But I don't like to take it easy and relax. It's stressful not to work around the house. I feel useless if I don't, even if I'm pregnant. He chuckles. I can't believe I married another workaholic. I pout. I'm not a workaholic. You begin cleaning the dishes and the frying pan before we have even finished eating our dinner. A blush works over my face. I feel called out. There is usually some time to rinse off the frying pan before dinner. You also go cleaning after me a second after I've entered the house. Hanging up my robe and putting my shoes where they need to be. Because you won't do it yourself. Tobias smiles against my belly and kisses it. When did you become such a perfectionist? I'm not a perfectionist. I are you, even though I can see his point. I seldom relax, and that could potentially be dangerous for Thay. Baby, the thought of that makes me feel guilty. But I get your point. Tobias rises to his full height, towering over me with nothing but fondness in his eyes as he looks at me. Let me hire this housekeeper while you sit back and relax, okay? I take a deep breath. Okay. A few days later, I'm trying my hardest not to interfere when I notice that my housekeeper is sorting the shoes in the wrong order. Her name is Dora. She is a young, pretty little thing, and it's taking me every ounce of self-control not to take over. Which makes me realize that I probably have a bigger control need than I thought. When did I develop this bad personality trait? Have I always had it within me? Good Lord. I'm naturally curious, and I ask a lot of questions. Sometimes I demand answers right away, and worry slashes through me. What if I'm a controlling bitch in more instances than this one? What if Tobias thinks I'm too bossy in our relationship? There, I'm all done with the hallway, Dora announces and dries her forehead on her sleeve. I was thinking of cooking lunch for us. Is there anything special you would like me to make? Oh, I'm not picky. I smile back at her. I like her. I picked her myself out of the ones Tobias interviewed. Cook me anything. I will eat it, but try to keep it healthy. Her dutiful eyes fall to my stomach, and she nods as if understanding the assignment. You got it. Dora leaves me to cook lunch, and I sigh. Tobias is busy working, but my head is a total mess. What if he thinks I'm a bitch, and he hired Dora to, I don't know, make me relax because I'm just unbearable? Is this why he is working late so often? My heart is bleeding, but I'm not stupid enough to wallow in self-pity before checking facts. I take up my phone and begin typing from the couch. My dog, Ruby, is curled beside me, and she glares at me when I stop. Stroking her, it brings a smile to my face. I will soon be back to petting you. Just wait a second. This is important. I just need to text Daddy. Ruby immediately relaxes, and I shoot a text to Tobias. Me. Do you think I'm controlling? Husband. Whoa, good morning to you too. And, is that a trick question? If I answer this honestly, and you don't like my answer, do I still get to sleep beside you? There is a playful smiley at the end of his message, yet my stomach churns with self-pity. I already know the answer after Tobias's response, and it's devastating. I'm a fucking bitch. My husband confirmed it, and shit, why didn't I realize this until now? If I had known it sooner, I could have saved our marriage. Tears crawl out of the corner of my eyes, and my bottom lip quivers. This is a disaster. Tobias is going to leave me, and everything is horrible. Does he even love me anymore? Mrs. Ford. I look up, blinking, when Dora holds a plate with chocolate cake right in front of my nose. Even extra cream is added to it, and a silver spoon has been stuck underneath it. Mr. Ford said something like this might happen. He said you're sensitive due to the pregnancy and that this is the remedy. What else did he say? I ask in a soft tone. I can't believe Tobias gave instructions to keep me happy to the housekeeper. Dora beams at me. To text him immediately if it happened. He is on his way home. I sent him the alarm emoji as soon as I heard you sniffling. She pauses with a look of panic. Wait. I won't get fired, right? Tobias instructed me not to mention your hormones or your pregnancy, and I definitely wasn't supposed to tell you. I texted him. You're not fired, I tell her and push myself up from the couch. I've already eaten most of the cake. Did you bake this? Dora shakes her head. No, I found it in the fridge. Jake. Tobias must have gotten his brother to bake this cake for me. Jake is one of the few people whose baking can make me happy if I don't include my own on that list. Either way, Tobias is lovely for doing this. For me. I raise my chin and lock eyes with Dora. Tell Tobias that it's a false alarm and that he doesn't have to come home. I'm fine with him staying at work. I wet my lips while humming. In fact, tell him I prefer if he stays at work. I wish to be alone. Since Tobias is such a lovely man and husband, I need to try harder to become a better person myself. I will start by being more independent. I'm sure Tobias will appreciate that. Oh, will do, Mrs. Ford. Dora beams at me. Will do, Hannah. I hear the door open as I'm lounging in the living room. Seconds later, I hear Tobias enter the hallway. I know it's him from how he moves, and awareness prickles over my skin. Why did he come home? I turn around my place on the couch, looking up at the big body silhouetted in the bright sunlight coming in through the window. Once Tobias's face comes into view, a stab of attraction pierces me at the sight of him, and my smile grows wide. You're back home. He comes over to sit beside me, concern in his eyes. Dora told me you were having a shitty day. I pout. I told Dora to tell you to stay at work. Oh, a hint of an amused smile graces his lips, and he reaches out to set my hair behind my ear. Don't you want me here? I sit still as Tobias brushes even more of my blonde hair to the other side of my shoulder. I can't help but stare at his thick neck and the broad shoulders underneath his shirt. He spends a lot of time working out, and I have a hard time keeping my paws off him. But it's not only his physical traits that turn me into goo. Tobias left work and came home for my sake, even though he had an important meeting later with a potential new partner. He sacrificed making a good impression on them to go home. I wet my lips, asking carefully, didn't you have a meeting today? My uncle will handle it, Tobias smiles. But back to the question, aren't you happy that your husband is home? His look tells me he knows exactly how much I like that he is home with me. I'm just hormonal and sensitive. Of course, I love that you're home. It feels like I might tear up again. I can't believe Tobias left work for my sake. But it might be bad for you to spend time around me. Tobias looks surprised like he has no clue what I'm talking about. Wait, why? Why would it be bad for me? Because I'm sad and happy, and just. I shed a tear and then laugh at how weird I'm behaving. My eyesight is clouded, and my face is wet already. What is wrong with me? Oh, Hannah. Tobias embraces me, and I fall against his chest. His fingers are on the back of my head, brushing through my hair while he kisses my forehead. Nothing is wrong with you. Absolutely nothing. You're my perfect, beautiful wife, and I'm happy I could sneak away from that boring meeting. Boring. You think I want to sit and listen to old men fart when my wife is this close to giving birth? Tobias makes an irritated PFFT sound and tightens his hold on me. I was only going to work this week, then let my uncle take over for a while. I brighten up at that. You will be home with me. So I can tend to each one of your needs, Tobias teases in a whisper and slides a hand underneath my clothes. He is now gently massaging my back. Back rubs, foot massages, pizza for breakfast, anything for my pretty pregnant wife. I snort. Pizza for breakfast. Ads by Pub Future. Don't pretend you wouldn't love that, Tobias murmurs. Salami has been one of your cravings. That and cake. I shudder when he rolls his thumbs below the band of my bra. I'm so there. Would you even eat pizza? Though, I can get a chicken salad. He really won't get a pizza. I thought you would get fat with me during my pregnancy. Isn't that what you said? You would eat my cravings with me, and we would be two blobs together. Tobias chuckles. I'm sorry that I like to stay fit for my wife. He kisses my forehead one last time before pulling away. I can cheat now and then, but I rather eat from the cake than eat pizza. A guilty inhale leaves my lips, but I quickly shut my lips. The harm, however, is already done. You ate it all, didn't you? Tobias laughs, and I stare up into his handsome face. He has long, dark lashes feathered around his green, amused eyes. Lust sweeps across my skin. I want Tobias even when he is teasing me, and I give him a short nod. It makes his smile widen. And another craving overwhelms me when he places a hand on my cheek, gently sweeping his thumb over my skin. I can't believe you ate the entire cake. It was a chocolate one. What did you expect? He is smiling so hard that his dimples are showing. It takes my heart by storm. His smile and the amusement. I want him, desperately. I place a hand on his chest and wonder if the pull will ever stop. More than half a year married, and this man still makes my heart race. Every day I feel like that lucky girl in high school who has the privilege of dating her wonderboy crush. Tobias, I whisper, have the gardeners gone home yet? No, they are still outside, but I don't see why that would matter. He has laced seduction into his words. We could give them a performance. I stare at him. What? No, we shouldn't. His eyes glimmer with mischief. Sure, we can. He brushes his thumb over my lower lip. A little harmless kissing hasn't hurt anyone. Damn Tobias and his husky, amazing voice. He might have told us to settle for kissing, but my thoughts aren't quite that innocent. It's impossible not to imagine my husband naked. I reach for the button of his shirt, but Tobias grabs my hand and keeps me from undressing him with a smirk. He is far more in control than I am. That's why I don't move as he cups the back of my head, angling my chin up so he can gaze down at me with hooded eyes. His warm breath tingles over my skin, and I feel butterflies before he even kisses me. I swallow so hard he must hear the click of my throat. I'm nervous and counting the seconds before Tobias finally closes his mouth over mine. The moment our lips touch, I'm floating on pink clouds. I'm weightless, and Tobias's hand lets go of my wrist, allowing me to feel up his chest while his tongue dominates mine. His mouth is ruthless, playful, and teasing, yet in perfect control. I can safely say his kisses are a reflection of his personality, gentle 1 second and in full commanding power the next. I whimper and soften in my seat. I'm so into the kiss I don't notice I'm lying on the couch before I feel Tobias's hands gently squeezing my breasts through my bra. He is on all fours, keeping himself above my stomach not to crush me. Heat pools between my legs, and Tobias's lips move to my neck, planting plenty of kisses there while he works to remove my shirt. Tobias, we shouldn't. My breath doesn't sound convincing to my own ears. Not here. The gardeners shouldn't come inside anyway. They have no business here, and this is my home. I'm allowed to take my wife in any room that I want, wouldn't you agree? I shudder at the ferocious need in his voice, and Tobias sucks on my neck before moving down to my bare breasts. He kisses around my areolas, making my pulse throb against my neck like a drum. If Tobias was a flavor, it would be possessive, sinfully rich, and hot. I love it when you play with my breast. My voice comes out all desperate, but I'm too turned on to feel embarrassed. My head is spinning, and I let out a little gasp when I feel Tobias tugging down my pants. He is still fully clothed while I'm naked on the couch, with an almost painful throbbing between my legs. I'm so grateful when Tobias latches on to suck on my clit. His tongue feels amazing, and his fingers slide into my wetness. Fuck, it feels so good. I'm hopelessly drowning in desire. The way my heart flutters is addicting, and Tobias eating me out is the hottest sight ever. His broad shoulders are such a turn on to watch, and I can't help but thrust myself against his mouth. It pushes him to be rougher with me, and I love that. I melt on the mattress as his lush tongue satisfies me and gives me everything I need. I'm finally relaxing. My body revels in Tobias's hands that stroke over my thighs as if he can't get enough of touching me. The way he strokes me makes me feel sexy. I'm shuddering, melting further as he moves his tongue to my tender spot, and then his lust-choked words fill the empty space in the room. Fuck work, Tobias utters. With you being this wet for me, this horny, from a little licking, I'm not going anywhere tomorrow. To add to his sales pitch, he presses his tongue against my clit while pushing his fingers deeper into my gushing pussy. It feels amazing. I moan, suddenly reminded of how strong, male, and ready he is. A grunt of satisfaction comes from deep within Tobias's throat. And I press urgently against him. I need you, I breathe. I'm going to. Tobias stops flicking his tongue to speak. I want you to come all over my mouth, you can come on my cock later. His words make something within me shatter. I blame my hormones for my lack of control, but I'm not complaining when an intense wave of pleasure crashes over me. I'm breathing hard while seeing stars. Tobias, oh, I'm hypersensitive between my legs, but I have this feeling I can climb another orgasm. It's hard, though. I'm so sensitive I kind of wish to pull away from Tobias, but he keeps me in place, continuing to torment me until more pleasure overwhelms me. I scream from the pleasure and shake, and then I need to pull my legs away from him. Okay, that's enough. Tobias chuckles and sits up, those eyes filled with mischief. I love how horny you are while you're pregnant. And how easy it is to make you come. It's sexy. I glare at him. Don't call me easy. His half grin is devious. Would you say I'm wrong? My cheeks flush. Tobias is down on his fours again, hovering over me as if looking to kiss me again. It's a little embarrassing to admit how much I want all the time. That hot, sexy mouth claims mine, silencing my words, and Tobias's touch on my belly burns away all other thoughts. My husband is the only thing on my mind, and after his earth-shattering kiss, he leans away an inch so that I can still feel his breath. When he speaks, I want you, only you, he murmurs. And so what if you want me all the time? That's nothing to be embarrassed over. It's a compliment, and I'm the luckiest guy on earth. Tobias. A year later, a scream in the middle of the night wakes me up, and I blink my eyes awake in the dark room. Tyler and Noah are cute, but they are pains in my asshole for waking me up at this hour. Another scream pierces my ears, and Hannah jerks away. She is curled up on her side and groans at the sounds from the room beside ours. Should I? No. Stay in bed, I whisper and pull the blanket higher over her body when she shivers. She gets cold easily, and I'm used to her pressing her icicle toes against my legs at night. Are you sure? A smile breaks over my lips. Hannah is only half awake, and I stroke my fingers through her messy, blonde hair. Yes, my pregnant wife should go back to sleep. I will take care of this. You're the best. She buries her face back into the pillow, and I rise to my feet. Hannah is pregnant with our third child, so it's a no-brainer that I should take care of the twins. My wife needs all the rest she can get. I glance down at her. She is wearing the tropical t-shirt we bought for me a week ago. We are enjoying a honeymoon in Spain. And will stay another week since Hannah likes the heat. Tobias. Get going so you can come back and love me. I snort. Yes, my love. Smiling, I leave Hannah in our bed and enter the twins' room. My chest tightens when I see them. I'm so stinking happy to finally have a family that I sometimes fear I will wake up and realize this is just a dream I have yet to wake up from. What a nightmare that would be. Hey, it's me. No need to cry. The twins continue to wail, and I walk up to their shared bed. Their diapers need to be changed, something I do with these. Let's get you changed. Once the guys are both clean, and I've bored them with tales from my job, they sleep like little angels. It makes me laugh. Talking about my job works like a charm. I just have to mention my company, and the little terrors fall asleep. I'm not sure if that is a good thing. I would like it if at least one of my children got interested in daddies. Company. Scratching my head, I wander out of the kids' room, but I don't return to my wife. Instead, I head downstairs to hang up the laundry and throw more clothes into the machine. After that, I hurry back to Hannah and climb into bed as quietly as possible, but it still creaks under my weight. Hannah immediately opens her eyes and crawls to me, snuggling up to my side. "Everything okay with the boys?" she asks softly. "They fell asleep when I talked about my job." I kiss her forehead and get comfortable against the pillows. "You should go back to sleep. It's too early to wake up." "I'm not tired." My chest rumbles with a laugh, but I'm holding it back. "You're such a liar," I instead tell her. "You sound tired and can barely keep your eyes open, sleepyhead." She peers up at me, and my heart swells. My eyes have adjusted to the dark, and the sight is gorgeous. It doesn't matter how many times I've looked at my wife. Her beauty still overthrows me. You think I would be used to Hannah by now, but my cock hardens the second her hands travel to feel my abs. It gets even worse when she inhales, clearly liking what she feels. "I don't want to sleep," she whispers in a sing-song tone, letting her fingertips draw little circles over my hot skin. Daddy is half naked and has the hottest abs on this island. My cock throbs in my underwear. Hannah is pressing herself against me, and she isn't wearing anything to hide the fact she is soaking wet. Her juices get rubbed up against my thighs, and I groan. "What about my cock?" "Oh, that thing is hot too." Her hand moves down and enters my boxes to grab my steely length. She squeezes it lightly, not too hard, but enough to let me know she means business. "I want you deep inside of me, Tobias. Let's make another baby." Somehow, I'm not blinded enough to hold back my amused laugh. "You are already pregnant. I still want to ride you to town. I'm horny as fuck, and my husband is a goddamn tease. Changing diapers shirtless in the middle of the night and making the kids fall back asleep without my help." Hannah moans. "You don't know how hot that is." A smirk plays over my lips when I whisper. I also threw more clothes into the washing machine and hung up the clean clothes. "Oh my God," Hannah pulls down my boxes with eager hands, and I lift my ass to help her. I can't believe how lucky I am. I'm the one who is lucky. I can't express those words enough, and a happy sigh leaves my lips. You don't understand how rare it is to be with a woman who makes me laugh and accepts me for who I am. Someone who doesn't manipulate me. Someone who is my best friend and supports me in everything. Hannah sniffs in the dark, whispering, "You're my best friend too, my one and only soulmate." My heart swells, and I reach out an arm to turn on the lamp standing on the bedside table. Hannah climbs on top of me, slides a leg over my body, and laughs at the bright light. "Mind turning that off?" "Hell no," I say, touching her stomach to feel the little mound. It brings an even larger smile to my lips. "I like watching you, and knowing you're pregnant with our daughter or son, it makes me happy." Hannah smiles at me and places her cold hands on my pecs, and I recognize the lust in her eyes as she explores my muscles. Her hunger for me hasn't died either. If anything, Hannah is even more touchy these days, and I swear to God, I, who most people consider heartless, experience butterflies from the touch of her hands. "I love you," I whisper in the dark, groaning when she rubs her wet pussy against my hard-on. "But please, please stop teasing me. You know my nipples are sensitive." She laughs above me. "You're such a woman sometimes. And what fun would it be if I weren't allowed to play with your pecs in bed? Isn't that the whole reason you have them?" "Yes, but," I inhale deeply, "you're rough, and, fuck, just end my misery and take my cock already." Hannah comes down and hovers over me with a bright smile. She gazes deeply into my eyes, playful and so sexy it isn't fair. "I love you, Tobias. I do, but you won't get my pussy. Not yet. I want to play with you." With that, she kisses my pecs while dragging her wetness against my painfully hard cock. Her breasts are also heavy with milk. I almost come right then and there when she rests them on me. Holy fuck, she is gorgeous. I have to hold my breath to calm down, but goddamn, it's hard. There is just something so incredibly sexy when Hannah teases me, and I love it when she kisses my abs and licks them. My husband is so ripped and gorgeous, the perfect boy toy. I laugh. Boy toy, man toy, that's better. My wife, the she-devil, takes the head of my cock into her pussy, but she doesn't let me fill her. She only slides up and down my shaft while suckling on my nipple. Groan. And she breathes a laugh. The sounds you make are so sexy. I sigh heavily, beyond aroused at this point. Please ride my cock already. Any more of this, and I will soon push you down and fuck you myself. Hannah giggles. Alright, alright. She is finally picking up her pace, and my balls draw tight. Hannah is so wet and ready that there are slick sounds, and I peer up at her, filled with wonder and affection. I love you so much. She takes me deeper, and I groan, rolling my hips into her, which feels warm and sweet. Her pussy is clenching around me, and her bouncing breasts and belly are so sexy to watch. I love you too, she breathes and bites down hard on her bottom lip with a focused expression. Shit. I grip her legs and smile up at her. Me too. She seems to hesitate. It's not too soon. Up for it. No. And even if it was, we have forever to make. Hannah moans and collapses over me. It's enough to push me over the edge, and I wrap my arms around her, coming hard. Inside her, euphoria washes over me, and when I stroke my hand over her sweaty back, I know I am the luckiest bastard on earth. Winnie, I should probably head home, I mumble in a tired voice. It's already dark, and I can barely keep my eyes open. I can come over tomorrow if you want me to, though. Or you can stay the night, Mark suggests. His arm brushes against my cheek as he moves to turn off the TV. Damn it, why is he sitting so close? I've been holding back from leaning against him for the past hour. It would be nice since I'm tired, and he is right there, but he is also shirtless for some reason. It's kind of making me keep my distance. It would be nice if you stayed over. Jake says from the other side of the couch. Agreed. Mark peers down at me. Unlike Tobias, the twins are blue-eyed and have darker hair. We could have a sleepover party, like one of those we used to have in the past. Sleepover party. I repeat those words and glance between Mark and Jake in confusion. You do realize we aren't kids anymore, right? It would be weird if I stayed over. Only if you made it weird, Mark shrugs. Well, maybe he is right. I suppose I could take the guest room. Great, Mark says. We are also staying in the guest room since it's the largest bed in the house. Do the twins share a bed? Hot. But that isn't the point. Oh, then I take the couch, I guess. Nonsense. Mark smiles at me. You should be sharing the bed with us. It's more comfortable than the couch. A short, unexpected laugh bursts from me. You are both grown-ass men, and I'm a woman. And Jake grunts. He is blinking as if he is failing to see the problem. I don't understand the issue. I don't see the issue here either, Mark thoughtfully scratches himself under his chin. We are childhood friends, and it's not like you think of us as attractive or anything, right? I gulp but try not to let it show. The truth is that I've never thought of Mark and Jake as sexy, but it seems my body has decided to see them in a different light tonight. They are both fine men, tanned from the sun, and muscles for days. They are both drool-worthy, and something dark is gleaming in their eyes, something that looks like heat. It takes my breath away. Surely I must be imagining it. There is no way Mark and Jake want me. Yet they look at me like they want to slide their hands over my hot skin and kiss every inch of my body. My body hums at the thought, and the buzz grows louder the longer we Remain motionless. My heart is slamming against my ribcage. I suppose one last sleepover would be nice, but it will be the last one. Mark and Jake exchange a look, and then they both stand up from the couch. I try not to stare at their abs. I'm not a pervert, I'm not a pervert. I repeat that mantra over and over again, but oh my god, they are ripped. Winnie. Jake's voice comes out strange and uneven. Are you alright? Yeah. I breathe while staring at his happy trail that leads down into his sweatpants. Ads by Pub Future that are low on his hips. Are you sure? Jake asks. You seem weird. She might be busy checking you out, Mark teases, making me blink away from Jake. I focus on Mark instead, about to quip back at him, but my comeback never comes. Instead, I am busy staring at his versus lines. My god, he is built. Did I enter a porno or something? Why have I never noticed Jake and Mark have such beautiful bodies before? I must have been blind or too interested in Andrew to pay attention. But Andrew rejected me to pursue Caroline, and now I am seeing the twins. Well, we don't have time to stay here all night. Jake bends down, and I shriek, then laugh in surprise when I'm lifted onto his shoulders. What are you doing? I can't help the goofy smile spreading over my lips. I'm unsure where to place my hands, but eventually they wind up in Jake's hair as he walks forward. Ignoring the question, Jake says something else. Remember when we won that chicken fight? Oh, yeah, it was fun. I smile at the memory. It sure was. Jake sounds nostalgic, and without thinking, I brush my fingers through his dark hair. He doesn't mind. His muscles move underneath me, shifting and bulging as he climbs the stairs. It sends shivers racing through me. Is it possible to get hot and bothered from being carried? Shit, I've never considered myself a sexual creature, but I am now. I wish to lose my V-card. My friends all think I've already done it. Why? Because I've lied to some of them, said I've had sex, but in reality, I've never even touched a dick. Jake sits down on the edge of the bed, and immediately, I'm lifted off him by a pair of strong hands. Mark. He is kneeling in the bed and takes me to his lap. He is warm and solid. I should probably point out it's weird that I'm straddling him, but the words get lost in my mouth when his arms wrap tighter around me, holding me. It speeds up my pulse. We have hugged many times before, but it never felt like this. Am I weird for not wanting it to be over? Mark and Jake will sooner or later find partners, and I realize this would be inappropriate if they had a respective partner. Yet I don't want the hug to end. My cheek is pressed to Mark's chest, and I can hear his heart's hurried, rhythmic beat. How long will he let me stay like this? I say nothing, thinking it might make the moment last, and then I shudder when Jake's fingers run up my back, joining the part. You're wearing a lot of clothes. His warm hand prompts another shudder from me. The way Jake is stroking me is leaving me breathless. He moves in the bed, shifting his position to lie down, and Mark does the same. A moment later, I am sandwiched between them, and unexpected butterflies swarm me. When I realize how intimate this is, it doesn't feel friendly at all. Both of them are half naked, for Christ's sake. Guys, I try to sound as confident, cheery, and playful as I usually do. Quote, shouldn't we put on a movie? I'm pretty tired. Jake murmurs, and I feel his warm breath hit my shirt as he breathes in and out. Me too. Mark yawns and pulls me closer. My nose gets buried in the cleft between his pecs. He smells like wood and leather, and the scent is addictive. A smile spreads over my lips. I like this proximity, and I can't help but reach out and touch Mark's hip. His muscles flex and tense under my touch, yet I am not called out, nor does he remove my hand. Oh boy, is he really giving me permission to touch him? A thrill of excitement passes through me, and I stifle a laugh when Jake bumps me with his nose. You really gonna sleep in all this? You guys are wearing sweatpants. The twins share a chuckle, and I stare when they both sit up to pull down their sweatpants. Okay, I did not expect that to happen. Just what the heck is going on here? Are you guys drunk? I blurt out. Nope. Mark lifts an eyebrow. Why? I don't drink. Jake mutters and places his hand on his chest. There is a slight color on his cheeks. I'm trying to stay away from calories. For some reason, I put on pounds so easily, it's embarrassing. Trust me, you have nothing to be embarrassed over. I'm taking off my clothes while talking because fuck it. You're hot and would be gorgeous even without your abs. To my surprise, the grumpy guy smiles faintly at that. He is sitting down and looking gorgeous. I frown at myself. I'm beyond confused today. Sure, Mark and Jake look good. Toned muscles in their bare arms, and they are both only wearing boxers. But they are my childhood friends, and even if I am suddenly interested now, I should settle for one. Instead, I am lusting after both, which is way inappropriate. Have I lost my goddamn mind? Yes, but that knowledge doesn't stop me from looking. Fuck, they are cute. Mark is back to lying on his back. He is drawing soft circles over my thigh while Jake is sitting. His eyes are roaming over my face as if searching for something. I can't help but admire his tan. It looks like he is months into a lazy summer. I'm almost afraid to lose my shirt in front of two beautiful men, but I push courage into my veins, throwing it down on the floor. Immediately, Jake's attention lands on my breast, and even though I'm wearing a bra, I feel naked. At first, I'm nervous, but I feel powerful when I lift my gaze. Jake is staring at me like I'm the most beautiful woman in the world. It's flattering and sends heat to my core. Yo. He sucks air into his lungs, exhaling. Beautiful. You too, I blurt out, and then I grimace. I mean, you both are. Jesus. I laugh at my stupidity. Okay, that wasn't what I meant to say. My brain clearly isn't working right now. Mark pokes my leg. When I glance down at him, he hides a smile against my thigh. I can feel it. Do you mean that? I don't want to lie. I can't. Yes, is that bad? Am I slut for finding them both attractive? They are similar, so it makes sense. But they are entirely different people on the inside. It's not bad. Mark's voice is rich but unsure. Like he is trying to figure out something while speaking to me. Read my minder. Something. You want to see us? I freeze. Excuse me. Naked, Jake says from his side of the bed. He is on his back too, and his thumbs are playing with the waistline of his boxers. I can't help but inhale sharply. My heart is going a mile per hour. Jake's lips lift in a hesitant smile, and he delivers a look that says he is willing to show me anything. It's playful and teasing. A lethal combination. My tongue feels too heavy for my mouth. I let my gaze slide to Mark, who is smirking at me too. I swallow thickly. What is going on here? Are you guys messing with me? A little bit. Mark's teeth show in his smile. Is that a bad thing? Oh, so you openly admit you're just messing around. Tears are burning in my eyes. I guess I won't be sleeping here after all. I can't get back into my clothes fast enough. Here I was, becoming hot and bothered. And these idiots were only fucking with me. You have a good night. Jake sits up in alarm. Wait, hold on. That's not what he meant. I can't believe I fell for this. I should have sensed something was wrong when you said you usually share a bed. That's weird as fuck. I interrupt in a hurt tone. Honestly, I don't find it weird that they share a bed. I think it's hot, and what they do is their business. Also, twins can supposedly have a special connection to each other, but I'm mad and throwing insults. Jake grimaces, and I glare at him. His facial expression is all I need to know. I walk to the door and don't even bother to look at Mark. He must be wearing the same facial expression as Jake. Have a good night. With that, I leave the idiots alone and slam the door behind me. I don't want to see them again, not for months, at least. Not after they humiliated me like this. Ugh, I can't believe they did this. Winnie, I only get to put on my jacket before I'm no longer alone inside the hallway. Jake is the first one to appear. His broad arms are crossed over his muscular, slightly hairy chest, and it's hard to stay mad at him when his eyes fall on mine. An apology is written in those blues, and when he sighs, and his arms leave his chest, I yelp. Suddenly my feet are no longer on the ground but kicking in the air. W, what are you doing? We need to talk, comes his answer, and I am placed over his shoulder like a sack of flour. Anger throbs in my temples, and it worsens when I notice Mark smiling at me from the stairs. We can't have you leave yet, princess. Princess, I growl at him. Don't call me that. I barf at that nickname. It's what Damon Salvatore called Elena Gilbert in the Vampire Diaries books. I hate that nickname, and I know exactly why Mark is using it, to get under my skin. Why? You love to be called princess, he grins wickedly. Also, I'm glad we have reached an understanding. We can sort a few things out now that you are staying. Understanding, I exclaim and try to hit Jake's back. This is kidnapping. Put me down. I squirm and fight, but Jake doesn't even mind me. In the past, I was the top dog. When the fuck did things change? In second grade, I was larger than both twins. Girls usually grow faster than guys, and I used that against them. If they had a toy I wanted, I tackled them and stole it. It was the prime time of my life. Mark and Jake were easy to deal with then, but I can do nothing now. Jake sits down on the couch, and I am straddling his lap. My eyes glare into his stupidly pretty face until he talks. I want to make something clear. Venom gathers in my mouth. I'm about to throw Jake my worst insults but grow speechless once he leans closer. Is he trying to kiss me? My heart stumbles over itself when his lips inch closer. W, what are you doing now? I think you're gorgeous, Jake murmurs, and his warm breath hits my face. Mark is in the background, yet his eyes only pay attention to me. And sure, Mark and I were having fun with you, but that doesn't mean something isn't here. Nothing is here, I growl, but my words don't sound convincing even in my ears. Really? He sounds hurt. I narrow my eyes. All I want is to go home because I'm fucking tired of your games. Games. His tone sounds almost angry. I'm not playing any games right now. Liar. He breathes a laugh. Are you angry because you think we only pretended we wanted you? Because I'm having trouble understanding how to fake a hard-on, Winnie. My eyes widen, and my following sentence vanishes into thin air. I plan to yell at Jake to put me down, but I'm no longer in control. Jake is hard underneath me, and it's distracting. My legs are spread over his thick, muscular thighs, and my head spins with lust. He wants me. Shock crashes over me, and Jake smiles while moving some hair away from my burning cheeks. I want you, Winnie, do you want me as much as I want you? Heat flares in his eyes as he looks at me, and a muscle in his jaw ticks as his gaze lowers to my breast. I'm not naked, but I might as well have been. Jake looks at me like I'm God's greatest gift to men. How could I have missed that in the past? Desire throbs between my legs, and I suddenly wish we weren't wearing underwear. I'm fighting not to rub my pussy against Jake's hard on. He has won me over with a simple, smoldering look. Goddamn, he is sexy. I lift my eyes to his beautifully sculpted chest. He is a bit more swollen than his brother. His pecs are like a full shelf, and his neck, holy fuck, those traps are hot. Something shifts in me, and I squirm in his lap. The anger has evaporated from my system, and I breathe, "Can I touch you?" Surprise flickers in his eyes. Jake didn't expect this outcome. And when he nods, I reach out my hands, feeling up his neck and shoulders while peering down at his abs. Holy fucking shit. There is a gleam in Jake's eyes, pride, and satisfaction. He watches me as my eyes lower to his sizable bulge, and then he says, "I will show you mine if you show me yours. Don't forget about me. I want to be part of this too." Mark joins in on the conversation, and when I turn around, he is standing there, wearing only his boxer briefs. I jolt as he stones chest, and V lines come into view. Jesus. Like his brother, he is made of muscles and has honest to God washboard abs. He is more ripped than swollen, and I blink back a surge of lust, trying to reel it in. It doesn't work. Marl's grin is confident, and his cocky personality shines through. Screw him for looking so damn good. I should be mad at him for admitting he was only messing around, but damn. "You're like?" Mark asks. "Because I know I like you and would love to see what hides underneath." My eyes go wide. I glance between them. "Wait, both of you." Jake shrugs. "We have never shared before. But, isn't that what you wanted? And why you got mad at us?" Mark asks. "You thought that was our plan, and when you found out it wasn't, you ran out of the room." My cheeks redden. "Noticed that, didn't you?" Mark chuckles. But that's alright. We can make your fantasies come true, Winnie." I shudder when he says my name, and his cocky smile only widens. "Think you can handle 2 cocks?" I go dumb from those words. The tone Mark used was teasing and joking. Yet his eyes hint at him being entirely serious. It sets my heart in motion. I'm so turned on. Losing my V card to my childhood friends. I want that. The experience, the rawness of doing it with 2 people. I shiver in my skin at the thought. All my life, girls have called me a slut and assumed I slept with Andrew, Nathan, and the twins. I never did, but fuck if I don't. Want to enjoy both these men in men. 1. I want them. Both of them. Just tonight. What is the harm in that? It's not like I'm falling in love. I'm just consumed by lust. Well, I let out a nervous laugh, and then I look up at Jake's face. I'm 100% aware of his fat cock still being hard. "How about you? What do you want, Winnie?" I can hardly believe this is happening. When I asked Jake if he were okay sharing, I expected him to say no. Instead, he picked me up and carried me back to the bedroom. Now I'm having trouble lying still. The scene before me could be taken straight from a movie. I'm lying on the bed, watching Jake and Mark strip down to nothing. Fuck, they are gorgeous. It feels like I'm living someone else's life because sexy things don't happen in mine, but now 2 incredibly sexy men are suddenly waiting to get in bed with me. The room is warm, and it's getting harder to find oxygen the longer I stare at Mark and Jake's toned bodies. They are tall and muscular, with lust written over their features. I almost don't want them coming closer and putting their hands on me because I don't know what will happen. What if I can't control myself? "You're like." Mark's hands are on his abs. I smile, too mind-blown to utter another sentence. Mark smirks. "How fun. You must be really into us if we have already rendered you speechless." Jake's eyes meet mine. He isn't as cocky as his brother, but my heart still kicks into overdrive at the sight of him, which is not good. I need to stay in control. My pride is important. Though, with the twins around, I find my IQ dropping lower by the second. I'm unsure how to keep my dignity when all I want is to sink to my knees and bite their bubble butts or fill my mouth with cock. My gaze stays glued to a huge dick before I lift my eyes to Mark. He is nearing the bed, pushing one knee onto the mattress. Every little move he makes is filled with confidence, as if he knows exactly what he is doing and how good he looks. It's such a turn. On. I keep watching Mark even as he slides up by my side and grips my chin with gentle yet determined fingers. I'm going to kiss you. Oh my god. Instead of asking for permission, Mark said he would do it. My face burns molten hot at that, and I blabber. I haven't. I let out a nervous breath, sinking my teeth into my lower lip. Shit. I haven't kissed anyone before. Oh. His amused face is making me squirm even more in my skin. Maybe you shouldn't kiss me on the lips first. Oh. Mark teases. Is Winnie shy? I glare at him, and a smirk grows over Mark's lips. He knows damn well he is more sexually experienced, which is mortifying. It suddenly feels like the twins have the upper hand. A pout forms on my lips. It's mortifying that there is something that you two are better at than me. Mark's face actually softens at that, and he murmurs. Don't worry, princess. I will take good care of you. Again with the nickname. Mark chuckles. Ain't nothing you can do about it. Accept it. He leans closer, and I hold my breath as his lush mouth starts at my collarbone while his expert hands work my clothes away. I'm kissed again and again until I've melted into a puddle in the bed. Mark doesn't give me a second to breathe before he kisses a new area. He is talented, too. I'm burning so hot and bright that I don't even notice that I'm naked before he drops a line of kisses down my chest. It feels wonderful, addictive. I'm tingling all over. You have such smooth skin, and you smell like peaches. Mark murmurs in a husky tone. I don't reply. I can't. If I opened my mouth, I might moan. So I keep quiet and enjoy every second. Mark's mouth circles endlessly over my collarbones, but he never goes where I want him the most, on my nipples. It's frustrating. And when I grow more aroused, it hits me. Mark is denying me what I want since I refused to let him kiss my lips. I'm about to call Mark a jerk, but then I feel a pair of new hands tugging down my pants. Jake. I peer down at him, and the view is mind-blowing. Jake is suited between my legs, down on his stomach, and he briefly lifts his attention to my eyes, smiling teasingly. So hot. Watching Jake nudge my thighs apart with his muscular arms before crawling closer is so sexy. But it gets worse when he closes his eyes and starts licking me between my legs. Oh my fucking god. A little moan erupts from my lips, and both guys pause. A look of eureka crosses their handsome faces. Mark is smirking, while Jake's smile is slower and more subtle. So that's how to make your moan. Mark leans closer to my ear, and I shudder when his hot breath hits my skin. You're like having your pussy eaten out. A shudder wrecks me. I like hearing Mark's voice in my ear, and I give a little nod, hoping he won't stop talking dirty to me. If Jake eats me out, and Mark continues to talk and play with my breasts, I will be screaming within seconds. But that isn't what I want, not yet. I want cock, and I want it soon. This is supposed to be a threesome. It means Mark's fat cock should be in my mouth while Jake forces his into my virgin cunt. I want that so badly that I'm shaking on the bed while Jake licks my clit. She likes that a lot. Mark chuckles. Keep doing it. Wait, what? No, I don't wanna. Jake adds more pressure, and I howl. My toes curl, and then another moan rips from my throat. Oh my. Oh, I'm trying so hard not to come, but it's useless. Fireworks go off in my core, and I cry out in bliss. Oh my god. Jake's pleased chuckle is a damn victory call. And that's when I realize I've lost this battle. There won't be a bone of decency left within me after this, and I moan even louder when Mark joins the fun. He latches on my nipple, sucking it hard into his mouth. I scream and writhe, so wet that I think I'm gushing. It's embarrassing how aroused I am, and Mark smiles against my skin. You're such a good girl, aren't you, Winnie? So willing in bed, so horny for us both. I turn my head, needing to see him, and Mark smirks. How was the orgasm? Princess. Good, but I can have another. Surprise hits Mark's face. You think so? Yes. I damn near shout. I just need cock. Neither Mark nor Jake says a word, and I press my pussy harder against Jake's mouth to prove a point. I'm still horny. Why won't they fuck me? Frustration runs loose in my veins. I arch my back and feel my swollen pussy pulsate with more need. Jake's fingers and mouth are good, but I need something larger, bigger. I need cock. Please, please, please. I whisper and whimper when Jake seals his lips around my clit. The pleasure rolls in slowly when his tongue circles around it, flick it, and toys with me as if he is trying to make me moan. It works. Oh oh oh. I groan under my breath. Fuck. Mark chuckles. The way his eyes study me tells me he never expected me to make such sounds. Beautiful man. His little smile is so sexy, and while panting, I tell him exactly what I need. Mark. I want to suck your cock while Jake fucks me. I'm not lying. I want to experience everything, and I'm dying to see what the twins look like when they lose control. What do they sound like when they come? Do they moan? Really? Mark's expression hangs with surprise. You want to suck my cock? Even Jake is staring at me like my filthy statement caught him off guard, and I realize it's now or never. I need to capitalize on this. I turn around and grab Mark's cock. It's big, with so much girth, my fingers can't fully wrap around it. Fuck, you're huge. When I curse at Mark, an enormous grin plays over his lips. His chest is puffed up with pride, and he breathes a laugh. I hope you like it. That big cock is all for you. Winnie. Part of me wants to wipe off the smirk from his lips, but the other part is long gone. Attracted by the biggest cock I've ever seen. I keep staring at it and then realize that Jake is probably the same size my pussy will be ruined for other men after tonight. Oh, Jesus. Lust shoots through me, and then I clench my fingers around Mark's length. He immediately understands what I'm trying to do, and smirks before straddling my face. He does it in the reverse style to leave some place for Jake. It's so hot. I take Mark into my mouth and almost choke. So big, yet that doesn't stop me from trying to fit him. I grab the shaft and gather more saliva before getting to work. My tongue teases the head, licks, and makes it wet while Jake slides his fingers in and out of my pussy. It feels so good. Jake is talented, but I can't see him. I'm busy staring up at Mark's bubble butt and his thick thighs that keep him up while he slowly fucks my mouth. He is so sexy, so muscular, so huge. I grip Mark's ass, then his thighs, and hold on to better suck him. I take him in deeper only to moan loudly when something huge enters my pussy. It must be the head of Jake's cock. He slowly presses inside my wetness, and the hurting yet pleasurable stretch of his cock makes my mouth almost choke on Mark's cock. It's shocking how good he feels inside me and how sexy it is to take his brother while he pushes in. My toes are curling, eyes fluttering close. But Mark won't let me rest. He pushes deeper into my mouth, and my eyes flash open. Hearing the dark chuckle above me. Is this what you wanted? Mark asks. Since my cock is filled with cock, all I can do is nod. And it's what I do because there is no other answer. I love this. Mark can't see me, but he can feel me as I nod. He groans in response, hornier now that he knows I like this. It's so sexy hearing the sounds he makes. The big guy is finally losing control, and I take Mark as deeply as I can with the help of my hand. Mark moans. Your mouth feels so good. The compliment fires me up, and I grow more determined. I work my jaw harder, sucking Mark while thrusting against Jake. As he fucks me, I can't believe I'm filled in 2 holes. It's amazing, and I'm so fucking turned on. Once Mark's cock can't go any deeper inside my mouth, I take him out, only to help him down again. Time suspends until I hear An even louder moan from Mark, and my chest fills with pride. Oh fuck, Winnie, is he close? I continue working Mark's fat cock, moaning and almost choking on it. It gets even worse when Jake picks up speed. He is now fully fucking my pussy, no longer slow. Fuck, you're tight, Jake mutters as if annoyed. I can't take you all the way. My eyes flash wide open, and Mark must have spider senses because he says, I think she wants you filling her to the hilt. Really? Jake sounds shocked. I nod my head, and Mark, who feels it, groans. Fuck, Winnie? You really want that, huh? He moans again. She seems to be begging for it. I can feel her nodding with my cock in her mouth. Fuck, do you even know how sexy you are, Winnie? Filled in 2 holes. Jake hisses and groans and my internal muscles clench in response, gripping his cock inside me. It makes him hiss louder and push deeper into me until I see stars. Holy fuck. My vision blurs from the pleasure. Jake is so deep inside me, and his cock is so damn hard, and my view of Mark's butt. I won't last for very long. I'm already climbing that ladder, shaking. It feels so good. I spread my fingers to grip Mark's ass, caressing and enjoying the muscles in his powerful butt and thighs. He tenses in response, groaning as I take him out of my mouth faster. Oh, Mark likes this. He likes this a lot. Winnie, ugh, fuck, you are going to make me come. That's what I want. I hear Mark's breath go uneven as I pump him in and out of my mouth at a steady pace. It takes no time for a chain reaction to be reached. Mark comes inside my mouth with a hiss, and it's so sexy that I'm pushed further over the edge. I swallow eagerly and almost choke. It's the best day of my life. Fuck, she is swallowing it. Mark says. Jake seems to like the sound of that. He fucks me harder, pumping inside of me. Hot damn. I'm so damn close, and then I hear Jake groaning, pushing against my core with reckless force. Here it comes. A muscle low in my belly clench in response, and I chase it, squeezing around Jake's cock to give myself pleasure. Only that somehow makes Jake gain pleasure too. He isn't as vocal as his brother, but I can feel Jake's hot cum empty inside me. It sharpens the pleasure, and I spit out Mark's cock as I moan. The world fades out around me, and I come so hard I fear I might pass out. Holy fuck, I can barely breathe. The connection between us is suddenly so powerful it's terrifying. It's just the 3 of us at that moment. No other people. I'm panting and shivering. Is sex always this intense?